Marianne Bachmeier, 1950 to 1996, is best known for a dramatic and tragic event that unfolded in Germany in 1981. Her case has been widely discussed as an example of vigilante justice, grief, and emotional distress. The tragic event, the murder of Anna Bachmeier. Marianne Bachmeier's life took a devastating turn on May 5, 1980, when her 7-year-old daughter, Anna Bachmeier, was abducted, raped, and murdered by Klaus Grabowski, a 35-year-old man with a history of child sexual abuse. Grabowski had been convicted previously of molesting young girls and was on probation at the time. Grabowski had been convicted previously of molesting young girls and was on probation at the time. He lured Anna into his apartment, where he sexually assaulted her, then strangled her with his stockings. Anna's death was particularly horrifying because Grabowski's past crimes had been known, and his prior convictions suggested that Anna might have been the victim of a repeat offender. Her murder rocked the local community and brought widespread grief to Marianne and her family. The courtroom shooting during Grabowski's trial in 1981, Marianne Bachmeier attended the proceedings, deeply affected by her loss. On March 6, 1981, while the trial was ongoing, she entered the Lübeck District Court with a small pistol. During a break in the trial, and in front of the courtroom, Bachmeier stood up and shot Klaus Grabowski 7 times in the back, killing him instantly. The shooting shocked everyone in the courtroom and in Germany at large. Marianne Bachmeier was immediately arrested and charged with murder. The event became a media sensation, with intense debate over whether she was justified in her actions or whether it was an unlawful act of vigilantism. The legal aftermath, trial and conviction. Bachmeier was put on trial for murder, though her defense team argued that she had acted impulsively, driven by overwhelming emotional distress from the loss of her daughter. Her defense emphasized that she was not premeditated in her actions and had been in an extremely vulnerable emotional state. In 1983, after much public debate, Marianne Bachmeier was found guilty of manslaughter instead of murder. The court recognized her emotional trauma and concluded that her actions, while illegal, were not premeditated and were a result of her intense grief. Bachmeier was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but due to the circumstances surrounding the crime, she was released after serving just 3 years. Public reaction. Bachmeier's actions sparked a nationwide debate about justice, law, and grief. Some people viewed her as a mother who had been driven to madness by the horrific loss of her daughter, and thus acted out of a deeply emotional impulse. Many people expressed sympathy for her, seeing her as a victim of the justice system that had failed to protect her daughter. Others, however, saw her as a vigilante who had undermined the legal